Literary Sensation. I'm your host, Dan, and in this episode, I'm going to be looking at the book Twisted Sisters, a collection of bad girl art edited by Diane Newman. It's a collection of comics from an independent comic that was published in the 80s. It was a great anthology of all-female cartoonists, and it was one of my favorites. And this is a nice overview. This is actually published by Penguin in 1991. And I had to be careful. This would not be the first. The binding on the copies of this book this is not the first one that's come apart. This one's coming apart on me too. Still, I think you should definitely track this down. This is a great collection. It covers each of the cartoonists involved has several stories. They're all published right in a row, so you get a good chunk of each one of these artists. I'm not going to go through them all. Just because I don't cover someone in this quick survey does not mean I don't like them, does not mean I do not like their work. I'm just pointing out some of my favorites, but this whole book is worth checking out. Even though one or two of them are more, I like them for the art more than I like them for the writing. Still, everything in here is worth seeing. And so let's just go to a couple of them here. This is, I think you say her name, Phoebe Glockner is how you say her name. She is an artist from Philadelphia, PA, about the same age as I am. Her work is full of instances of, a lot of young kids being introduced to sex a lot sooner than they should. People just doing, it's a pretty sordid little view of life. It's also kind of funny sometimes, which is kind of amazing when you think of what's all going on. Here's older men trying to take advantage of a young girl. This is her thinking about it in a surrealistic way. I like this one, An Evening in Prague. It's very funny. This mother and daughter are not happy. The mother is complaining to her, "You promised to clean the kitchen." She goes, "I'm sorry, Mom, but I've got plans for this evening. Big plans." So she can't clean up. She can't clean up the kitchen. They go out. She meets up with some friends. They start having public sex everywhere. Just craziness. And then the final panel is her and her mom, their eyes meeting. The people are having dinner at this outdoor cafe, and it's like, Anna, isn't that your daughter? Mom. Just wait until they get home. Very funny. Quaker School Cuties. This one is really a bit much. I doubt that anything too similar to this really happened to her, but I think something close enough set her off on this tangent of writing this story. Really over the top. This is Diane's stuff. She's the editor of the book. She became friends with Eileen Kaminsky-Crumb, and two nice Jewish girl cartoonists, so why not be friends? I like her stuff. It's really weird. It's really weird art. Really, really low brow, kind of like, a lot of the stuff is not drawn in what most people would consider a professional manner, but, it really works. And, that's the way a lot of stuff is. It doesn't seem like it should work, but it's fun and cool. And it's just a funny look at let's go into the next thing. M.K. Brown. I was familiar with her work because she was in the National Lampoon all the time. She's got a really weird, unusual style. This whole uptight character that she uses in a lot of things. Not everything. I don't think everything's funny. A lot of times I just go like, what? What? But I did like this one where she meets up with a guy in a singles bar. And he tries to impress her. He's going like, Carol, don't go away. I was just kidding around. Say, what do you think about this? And he somehow gets his foot up behind his shoulder. Huh? And then he goes, seriously, Carol, ever seen anybody do this? He's got a foot up above each of his shoulders. Well, goodbye, Carol. It was nice meeting you. And this is Julie Doucette. And I think I looked at a issue of Twisted Sister earlier, and I think this very story was in it. I love Julie's artwork, and I love her young bohemian take on things. Here she imagines her flow being so bad that she turns into a giant rampaging monster who's flooding the streets with her menstrual blood. And menstrual blood? I think I said menstrual. Anyway, I love her artwork. I just absolutely love it. Adorable. And as with all these, it's a bit out of control. Kaminsky-Crumb, I don't think I need to talk about too much. I've probably already mentioned her in several of my videos. You know who she is. She was married to Robert Crumb. They did a lot of comics together. And this is more of the good stuff. A lot more of the good stuff. Here's Dory Sita, who died, oh my goodness, she died young. Complications following a car accident, I believe. Her comic, Lonely Nights, comics to read while the neighbors are fucking too loud, is one of my favorite comics. It's just so funny. Her artwork is so good. The things she points out are just terrific. Just amazing stuff. And I love, she gets as gross, well, not as gross as some of the guys, but she's not afraid to have some realness going on. This one where she's going to give her dog a bath. No, she's not going to have sex with it. She thinks it's going to be better to get she don't want to get her clothes covered with his grossness, his gross dandruff. So she takes them off. She's washing them in the nude so she can just shower and get rid of all the... Sounds like a good idea, right? They can shower together, and that'll be easier than, just washing them off because she doesn't have a tub in this place. But then he fights somebody. It becomes a giant hassle. She ends up reeking. Her bathroom is destroyed. She says, God, what a horrible day. But her pets are so happy. And here's Carol Tyler, who's gone on to have, I think they might have been like best-selling graphic novels. She had a series of books about tracking down information on her dad. She had that book about the Beatles and stuff. So she's had a lot of success after comics. But I love these early comics of hers, these early funny comics. And it's got one of my favorite comics. It's a little trifle called Uncovered Property. And it's, I don't want to... I'm not going to read it to you because you'll go like, that? You're crazy about that? I am. It's very slight, but I think if you see it, you read it, it's fun. It's the kind of thing that would be a 5-minute gag in a movie or something. But it's just a lovely comic. It's just really, really fun. And this is a great collection. The binding on these things, shame on you, Penguin. It's not bound very well. The pages tend to fall out. But oh well, you can't have everything. I highly recommend it. Like I said, I didn't cover all the artists, and there's a lot of great art in here that I didn't cover. So if you're into alternative comics, if you want to read some funny ladies, or just funny, you don't have to want to read funny ladies. You just want to read funny stuff. This just happens to be by the ladies. Great collection.